Andre.
Ryan. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing good. It's big lazy bones day as everyone's preparing for or I guess everyone is participating in the calm before the storm. That is the live draft show tonight. Apparently, if you got to work at night, everyone wants to work from home during the day.
Yeah, there's lots of things to do. I got my hair cut, so very proud of that, Ryan.
You love your haircut so much you put a hat right on top of it.
Well, you got to keep the vibes, you know. We're not just going to be 500 shows in and all of a sudden I'm going to show off a new haircut. That's what you do. I do this.
Okay, fair enough.
This vintage Broncos hat purchased at the fanciest mall in downtown Milan, Italy. So, I mean, we're keeping it fancy no matter what, wow. Ryan. But it's the greatest, happiest day of the year, Ryan. And just like you are trying to do right now, I feel like everyone is bugging me and trying to ruin my vibes. I need a, sorry you went out fishing sign on draft day. I mean, have some respect. This is my day.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry. This may be your day, but have you seen my plant, dude? Look at that thing.
Oh my gosh, what a comeback story. I didn't realize that on top of your 6 championships, you also were a reviver. A botanist.
Is that what that's called?
He puts the bot in botanist for sure.
I have literally no idea. That feels like it's the right botanical gardens. That's plants. So a botanist would be like someone who studies plants.
Exactly. Also, can I just say about the scheduling of this show? Oh, and Ellie Monroy might be popping on. I think producers might be switching on us as we speak.
I am your producer now.
Oh,
I mean, look at that.
Did she kill Yaya?
Well, she might have strangled him with her bare hands.
Yaya is producing Rocky.
I'm still here, guys.
Producerception.
So first, how dare you say everyone's participating in the calm before the storm when clearly more people are working than ever have at DNVR.
Right.
Also,
since we've gone national, we now need 2 producers.
Exactly, we now need 2. And legals on standby, as you'd imagine, as they've always been for our shows. Yep. Why would we have scheduled this earlier? For starters, Yaya clearly had a conflict of interest. Secondly, couldn't we have just gone on right before the draft show?
Listen,
are we really going to do this live? Do you want to do this live?
No, Ryan's the one telling me I'm having a vacation day, like I just came off the kiddie pool in my backyard. You know, I wish that's how I could work in the kiddie pool in my backyard.
Anytime you tell me you're working from home, I imagine you in the backyard, shirt off, lawn chair, kiddie pool, an umbrella in your drink, doing nothing.
It's a shame you invited all these guests to the live draft show tonight, or that could be just how I am on the live show tonight. No picks for the Broncos.
If there's one thing that I hate doing more than anything else, it is trying to communicate with people outside of our organization about being a part of something inside of our organization. Yeah. It is the worst. Whether it's I mean, nothing's worse than athletes. Trying to get athletes on the show is number one worst thing ever. But even everyone else, everyone loves a soft commitment, and I understand. I would give them a soft commitment too. But everyone's maybe I'll let you know as we get closer. I'm like, okay, well, we might have 14 guests, or we might have 2. We'll see what happens.
Unbeknownst to you, it's just as hard to get people within the company to, wrangled up. So it might be a you and I issue, Ryan.
We need a stack of like $25 Chipotle gift cards that I can offer to people.
Wow, that sounds like a great incentive.
There's nothing there's nowhere in Denver I wouldn't go for a $25 Chipotle gift card or Elite Beats.
Wow, really? Yeah. The new bit alert.
Wait, did Allie bring that up?
I think Allie might have brought that up.
I did.
Allie gets the show?
This is so surprising.
Wow,
yeah,
that's
she gets the show.
I didn't even know that you knew about new bit alert.
I was there when you created it with Marissa.
Oh, look at that. Is that a third producer?
Yes.
Producer
Oh
on
my
hand.
God.
Nice.
Triple
Nice. I
producer
see you,
show.
Marissa.
This
Yeah,
is epic.
plug it in. Great stuff.
And honestly, my plant is a producer of oxygen. So
It is.
4 producers. So Mike Trout chimes in and said, "Are bets made on this show?" No,
Yeah,
bits
you
are
need to
made on
chill
this
on
show.
your
We're
plant.
we're
Love for
actually
your plant.
changing the name of this show to DNVR Bits Daily.
That'd be amazing. Just like DraftKings calls and is like, I swear you guys haven't made a bet in 2 years now. And it's actually a
5
typo.
producers.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible. Welcome to DNVR Bits Daily. It's great stuff.
Oh, it's so good. All right, I guess we could make. What if we did a bit where we made bets?
Yeah, that'd be a great bit.
I like it. Way more producers than hosts.
Yeah,
yet they
it's true,
still
Alex.
can't wrangle us. We can't be wrangled.
I can
matter
just
how many
remove you and wrangle the situation.
Oh.
Bye.
Oh no.
You want to talk? What are you feeling tonight, Dre, for the draft? Oh, Dre's.
I have a lot of picks for segment
I
1
also have
and
control of the stream. I can come back on whenever I want.
Oh man, this is why I stay logged out. I like to be hands off and hands free. Luckily, I just keep talking. So.
Let's make it an.
Yeah, nothing can interrupt me. I'm dialed in for like 5 hours live tonight, so nothing can deter me. Not 4 producers, not Ryan popping in and out, not Ali co-hosting with me. I'm ready, like the Dikembe Mutombo before me. I cannot do that.
You can't do a
I cannot.
finger wag?
I can't. It really throws off my. Where is this post? Oh, there it is. There it is. I figured that out.
I thought you were trying to do this, and you were like.
I am cutting that as a bit because this guy is just like weirdly.
Yeah, carry on. Okay, Dre, let's jump into our big threes.
Let's do it.
Oh, we'll go mine. It's a value hunter big three. I want your takes on this. This was mostly just I'm going to throw some things at the wall, see how you think of them.
Oh my God,
I think this is a consensor. Is this a consensor? Pac-12 over
consensor,
4.5 in the first round. All right, that's a consensor. We always bet on the Pac-12 because, as Andre pointed out yesterday, the AP writers, they don't really stay up past 9 p.m. Eastern time.
Right.
Pac-12 never plays before then, so every member of the AP has never seen a Pac-12 game, so they don't put them in their coverage. That leaks into the mock drafts. The Pac-12 gets underappreciated. But we know the NFL GMs and scouts, those are the true grinders. They don't care what time it is. They watch the games. So you said there's a guaranteed 4, probably in the top 15.
Yes. Top 20 for sure.
We just need one more to sneak in at the end. Maybe Kyler Gordon. So
Shefty mentioning Drake Jackson could be a surprise first rounder. So we got Drake Jackson in the mix. And yeah, unlike the AP, all these NFL front offices, Ryan, most of our viewers might not know this. They all have a West Coast scout employed, just like they do for every other area of the country.
Pretty
mind-blowing stuff. So unlike everyone else, they do not undervalue the Pac-12 and the West Coast.
Unlike the AP. All right. Let's go back to my big three here. This is my favorite one.
It's a good one.
If it ever comes back. 5 producers can't even get graphics on time. Lions take Malik.
We are preparing
Willis.
for a draft show tonight, so I apologize.
Everyone's excuse today. Everyone's got an excuse today.
Yeah.
Lions draft Malik Willis, number 2 overall. That actually isn't locked into this bet. They could get them. They could technically get him with their second first round pick, and you would still win this bet. But I think he's going number 2. He's been my QB1 since before anyone else. And I think he is arguably the most exciting prospect in the entire draft. So for years now, and when I say years, I would say back to the Lamar Jackson draft, teams that draft the best athlete and the one with the most tools are just winning. They're the ones who are getting great quarterbacks. Quarterback play might be actually overstated in terms of how heady and all that stuff it is. You got to have that, of course. But Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, you go through the list of guys who have been hitting over the last few years. These guys are just tool monsters. They have everything. And I think the Lions loved him at the Senior Bowl just like we did.
Yep.
And I think that when all is said and done, they say, let's take a chance on, I say, the most electric prospect in the draft.
Yeah. Honestly, I thought the Lions' silence on any rumors regarding Willis after the Senior Bowl is very telling. Like, they have purposely been extremely mum. When'd you come up with this pick, man? When'd you put this in your slip?
Just before the show. Why?
Because the Lions have moved to plus 500 with the Steelers at plus 100. So
I love that.
Mega movement. Yes. In fact, this is the kind of movement that might force the Lions to have to pull the trigger at 2, thus really proving your bet. And so we're clear. I invested in this line whilst back, many months back. So this is also in my slip.
I love that. I love that for us.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm blanking on other quarterbacks in this mold who have been hitting, but Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen are two really good ones.
Josh Allen.
Mahomes, if that's another one.
I mean, Mahomes is as raw as they come,
Yep.
I mean, to a lesser extent, Davis Mills. But,
we don't know anything
toolsy
about
guy who's... Yeah, no. You ain't
anyways,
Kyler.
Most of the quarterbacks, like Joe Burrow's an exception in terms of not just being like a crazy athletic freak. He's obviously athletic enough, but he was more of a quarterback. Anyways, we don't have to get into
you're right,
breaking down what I like at quarterback because we'll never have to talk about that again.
But that would make for a
Russell
fun 5 hours tonight, right?
It would.
No Broncos pick.
I'm sure we'll talk about that a lot more tonight. All right. By the way, join us at 5:50. It's going to be an absolute banger.
Come on.
We're just here for you guys. Like, we could have easily started our draft coverage tomorrow, but so many people over the last couple of years have said, like, this is so much better than the national crap.
Mm-hmm.
I love that you guys make it about the Broncos. So we're like, yeah, we'll just hop on there, hang out with some buddies, drink some beers, have some fun.
Also, let's be honest, like any content where you see me with RK, it's really all a clever and elaborate way for RK to force me to spend time with it.
It is true.
Any content you see, these producers, Kale's been up 5 nights in a row creating graphics, all just so Ryan could spend a few hours with me at the bar.
It's true. And Henry at the same time. Probably have to do some tequila shots just in case.
Just a month ago, I was saying how I longed for us to all be together, right?
Yes, exactly. Okay. Last pick on my big board here.
Last one.
On my big 3.
Look at that.
Broncos' first draft pick, D-line or edge, which I love that this is an or. Love an or.
Oh, my
Throw
God.
me in the canoe, give me an or, and things are going to happen. D-line, what was the price on that again, Allie? Back. Plus 275. Are you kidding me? This is great. George Payton has said over and over and over and over again that the deepest position in this draft is edge. He's also said the most important position for them to address is edge at times. So maybe it's a smokescreen, but that's fine with me. At plus 275, count me in. There's a lot of really good players. Like when you go through good players who could fall to 64, you come across like 12 edge guys.
It's true. The only other one that really intrigues me is defensive back, because again, that includes multiple positions. You got to be smart about it. Include multiple positions.
Get that or.
And I mean, exactly. George Payton, he comes from Minnesota, and I mean, he drafted 3 DBs last year. No, 4 DBs. Yeah, 4 DBs. Sertan, 2 safeties, and Vincent, right? I mean, the man has a
sixth.
What a masterful stuff. Has a full-blown, some are saying DB addiction. that he just can't help himself. So at plus 350, I would look at that. Also, with all these sneaky needs they've filled, tight end might be the biggest remaining plus 900 there. Intriguing, right, Ryan?
Yeah, I mean, I love Jelani Woods.
You a Woods head?
I'm a Danny Woodhead. Give me 6'5" Alberto lining up on one side and 6'7" Jelani Woods and lining up on the other, and find me a combination of linebackers and or defensive backs that can cover that.
Right, especially with a quarterback that can throw him the ball.
And if you're lining up in a run set, you're not going to be able to go like nickel or dime against that group. So now you're having to put a linebacker on one of these guys. You're going to put your coverage linebacker on Alberto because he's faster. Then you're putting your run-stopping scrub linebacker on Jelani Woods. He's going to eat.
Bro, you ready to talk some ball today? I was hyped, but now you're getting me hyped. I can't say this because I have allegiances and friendships that go beyond betting lines, but Jelani Woods to be the top tight end selected plus 800 might intrigue you. A little buzz about the Pack Show interested in him. If the Bengals were to pass on Trey McBride at end of the first, I do think Jelani could be a surprise.
Highest RS score of any tight end ever. Let's go.
Right. Some say he's Raz. That dude's Raz.
I bow to the RAS scores. It's pretty much all that matters to me anymore.
Of course. None of us understand it exactly. None of us have seen the math behind it, but we all say, Raz, you are what really understands everything.
No one's seen the math behind like anything.
Right. Behind math, you know.
Right. No one's even seen the math behind math.
Right. So
why does 1 + 1 = 2? Can you prove that?
Man.
Show me the math.
A highly philosophical and meta bits show for you.
Well,
today.
It's kind of just like it's just like NFTs, right? It's just perceived value.
It's so true. It's so true.
My perceived value of RAS is really high, so I believe whatever it says.
It's true. I do worry that when I see like historic great RAS scores, it's not all Hall of Famers. It's not all.
No, but there are a lot of really great ones mixed in there. Like Calvin Johnson had the highest RAS score of any wide receiver. Like
Megatron makes sense.
So
makes sense.
There's some good ones. All right, let's get to your big three. This is what everyone needs to listen to. Everyone, shut up and listen.
That's right. This might actually be the most important.
So it's big six.
Big six. It's a big six. Consensor of the night to start it off. QBs drafted in round 1. Over 2.5 was at -200 yesterday. Big Rye. You get it at even money now. Now tis the time to pounce. Malik Willis, we both agree, is going to get higher than most expect. Ritter getting a lot of hype to go in round 1. Kenny Pickett, most think will go at some point. And I wouldn't be surprised to see a team like Seattle move back into the late first and take, a Sam Howell or Matt Corral going late first.
I'm saying 4.
4, absolutely. I think this is really well set. It really stuck out to me that this was -200 on the over 2.5 drafted in round 1. The fact that it's adjusted back to even, boom, easy peasy, ready to jump in. Cornerbacks drafted, we talked about this yesterday, but you got to see it in the graphic. 3 absolute locks. The big 3, Stingley, Sauce Gardner, and Trent McDuffie. And then guys like Andrew Booth Jr., who would have been a lock until he got injured, but still has a good chance. Kaiir Elam, who I think Rappaport tweeted out that he should go pretty high, starting in the early 20s. Kyler Gordon, we've talked about. So I think there's a lot of options to get us to 5 here.
Who would you take? Who would you take first out of those guys? Oh, I should save it for the show. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we might even touch on it on one of the next couple of picks. Jets, first player drafted, D-line/edge. Really like this one because by now the top 3 seem fairly locked in. If you look at the book at +125, You're seeing Walker, Hutchinson, Stingley, exact order. We gave that out yesterday at plus 300, so you're welcome. But now, basically, the next pick that's unknown is the 4th pick. Most people might think that the Jets would go corner or wide receiver. Robert Saleh needs that Nick Bosa to his defense, and he's going to go after Kayvon Thibodeau. Or if Hutchinson, Walker would or drop, I think they're in the mix. But I am bullish on them going with an edge guy at plus 125 here. Seems like safe money. Same thing with KC to draft a wide receiver first. I really think they're going to move up and make this move. Hank made the point they've got back-to-back picks at the end of the first. They could kind of screw you if with the first of the back-to-back picks they go like edge or O-line and then they use that second pick. But really, I think they'll move up and get a wide receiver. I think, you know, by that 9th pick, you start to get worried of what's KC going to do to move up and get their guy. This has moved from plus 125 to plus 100. Book agrees with me. Jump on it while you can get it at plus money. Stingley, as I said, I mean, you barely get plus value now for him to be the 3rd pick in the exact order, but minus 145 to go in the top 7. Not only could he go 3rd overall, he could go to both the Giants picks at 5 and 7. And I mean, we saw Carolina last year with J.C. Horn pounce on a corner. If that's your mentality at the position, going back to the well on a guy like Stingley certainly wouldn't be a bad plan. So I think minus 145, you're getting tremendous value on that.
As you know, 3 things matter in terms of NFL success. 1 is your ability, 2 is your name, and 3 is your number. And so Stingley, 2 out of 3 guaranteed, and I think he has the ability as well. So
wow.
Derek Stingley, like there's just no way that guy isn't good.
Okay, so Andre Simone wearing number 2, how would I have checked out?
Pretty bad.
Oh, jeez. Fuck. And you anticipate me wearing number 2 isn't like Derek Stingley at corner wearing number 2. You assume
or PS2. Like PS2 is
right.
like the most perfect thing ever. He's the 2nd.
Right.
He wears number 2. It's perfect.
You just see me as like a kicker in a number 2 jersey.
Yeah, I'm thinking like Andre Simone number 69 would slap.
Okay.
As a kicker, people would love that.
This is why we consult with you, because you know you have the answers. You have the answers that we seek.
Cisneros knows what's up. Most profitable day of the year. Nothing I love more. As soon as this show ends, I'm going to be sending Dre a text that says, "Send me your 10 favorite bets, or at least 4 on top of your like what you put in the big 6 today, because I know there was at least 4 you gave out yesterday." And then I'm just going to punch them all in blindly and open my account at the end of the night and be rich.
So there's these 6. Jake Schwanitz and I combined for an article with another 10, maybe a couple overlaps. I have 10 more long shots for the live show. And in my slip, I have 20, which I haven't placed money on yet, at least 14 of which don't overlap. And I at least placed like 10 bets earlier in the year as the props were trickling in. So I am heavily invested, Ryan. Heavily invested.
Hell yeah. Stephen Buckner says, commenting late, but I want to say I'm having a great week. Bang. I can't wait to make some money on Dre's picks tonight. I love when people come in and tell us they're having a great week. Mike Trout, Alex, Cisneros, how are your guys' weeks going?
Yeah, let us know.
All right, Dre. We got to give a shout out to DraftKings Sportsbook where you can get in on all this. And by the way, it's a good thing I realized today it's a good thing they haven't paid out the Jokic bet yet, because I probably would have put like 50 units on the draft tonight. So thank you, DraftKings, for that, for keeping me safe and responsible, and for all the amazing deals and profits that you guys help us with, including right now $5 on any NBA team to win $150. Guess what? You don't even have to win. You just have to play. You'll get $150 in free bets over at DraftKings Sportsbook, where you can also get a sign-up bonus up to $1,000 when you use the code DNVR at sign-up. Of course, you must be 21 or older. Colorado only. Bonus comprised of a first deposit bonus and a first bet match, each up to $500. The deposit bonus requires a 25x playthrough and restrictions to apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. And if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. What is our dilemma of the day?
Fire it up. It's a good one. I've there you go on draft at plus 200 or more. Gotta dial it in. I see that Derek Stingley, the first cornerback to be taken, another bet I gave out yesterday, has been taken down.
No.
You could have got that at plus money if you had listened to me yesterday. It's great stuff. Plus 125, I believe I gave that out yesterday. It was plus 100 this morning. God, do I love this time of year, Ryan. Let's get into long shots. You should kind of open this up.
Willis.
Malik Willis is a great one. You could have got him to go to Pittsburgh in the plus 200s, but that seems out of the question now that that's moved to the plus 100s. Do you like Kenny? Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, like, I want him to go to the Lions so I win that bet, but I want him to go to the Steelers so he actually has a good career.
I know. Him and Najee, what a backfield that'd be.
Oh, my God. That's
Pick it to the Saints plus 200. You like?
Oh, man, this is where it gets tough for me because I hate Kenny Pickett. Like, actually, no, wait, I take that back. I'm not hating quarterback prospects anymore. That's bad juju. Doesn't work out well. I'm not the biggest Kenny Pickett fan per se.
Yep.
So it's hard for me to judge like why a team would take him. But the Saints do desperately need a quarterback.
Yeah, what if you were the same team that paid Taysom Hill lots of money?
Why does it feel like to me that Kenny Pickett is destined to be a Steeler? Is it because he went to Pitt?
Could be because he went to Pitt, and there's big Carolina connections too, you know.
Yeah, he just looks like a Pittsburgh guy to me.
Yeah, he looks like a Pittsburgh guy, no doubt. Okay. Malik Willis, by the way, under 13.5 plus 115.
Do you know Malik Willis had the most forced missed tackles in Division I last year by like 17?
I believe it. He's the first quarterback where like the first 3 positives in a scouting report are about his running ability and not so much his.
Then he has an absolute cannon.
He has a cannon, and I mean he was making some throws at the Senior Bowl like sideways, like the way Von Miller turns the edge on some people, where it's like, oh, he could slip under a table. So that was pretty gnar, as the kids say. Feel the gnar. Drake London. Oh my God. Left and right. Everywhere I see a kid, they're talking about the gnar. It's wild. Drake London, first wide receiver drafted. This was kind of a consensus or mere like earlier in the week. Plus 250 right now, Ryan. Plus 250.
Ahead of Jameson Williams, huh? That doesn't normally happen.
Right. Not just the head of Jameson Williams. Garrett Wilson's the guy the book's really high on, because even Jameson Williams, first wide receiver selected, is plus 175. And as you've pointed out, Marquise Brown, Henry Ruggs, it's always the speedsters that go first.
What did Garrett Wilson run?
He ran this year at the combine. It was like a new track. Everyone ran 4.3s. It's stupid, honestly.
That was weird. Yeah. Like Tyquan Thornton ran a 4.21 at first, and then they were like, "Oh, actually, it's a 4.28."
Well, and like you never see top running backs. It's always like, "Oh, Saquon's gonna run a 4.3," and then it's like, "Okay, he ran a 4.4 flat. Like that's really good." Or Leonard Fournette runs a 4.5. Like, yeah, that's blazing. These guys, it was like, well, it's a shitty running back class. And then Kenneth Walker and Breece Hall, like not exactly CJ2K, ran 4.3s. Absurd.
No.
Yes.
I bet you it was the NFL trying to get ratings. They're capping for ratings.
Oh, you suck, NFL. But anyways, if the book is so high on Garrett Wilson, or as we call him, Gary Wilsey, what about him at plus 1,000 to be the first wide receiver, the first offensive player selected?
Ooh, that would be a betting against myself, though, with Malik going number 2.
Malik, incredibly enough, is under that at plus 600. So the book knows what we're up to there, and the book is inconsistent on some things, just like the Kyler Gordon lines yesterday. Yes, Ryan. Yes. He's the
so I can
third
get
shortest
Malik
odds.
at plus 600.
Mm-hmm.
But that means, so that's the only difference between that as an offensive player going number 1. If I think he's going number 2 to the Lions.
Right. Your biggest fear would be Ike Ekwonu or an O lineman being drafted by the Jags, right? In that case, and then if he gets
not trade out of this
2,
pick, is that the problem? No one wants it.
No, I mean even the Texans want to trade out of the 3rd pick. The Texans would much rather have 2 picks in the top 10, like the Jets and Giants, than have 3 and 13.
Right.
But there are no takers.
I don't know what the Jags are going to do, but no matter, it's kind of they're going to be wrong no matter what they do, I think.
Unless they take Hutchinson, but I think they're not wise enough to just take the obvious pick. I mean, to the point where the Chiefs might have enough with their 2 first to move up to 9. Because to NFL teams, having 2 late firsts might be more appealing this year than having a late top 10 pick.
Right, and all the Chiefs care about is trying to replace Tyreek.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Interesting. I don't know. I guess I shouldn't do the Malik thing because if I were the Jags and I couldn't decide, I would just say, like, let's just get an offensive lineman, protect last year's investment.
Yeah. Or just add another stud on the defense. Hutchinson and Josh Allen would be a sick edge combo. That D held Buffalo to 3 points last year. Do you remember that?
Yes. All right. Anything more that you want to touch on as it relates to long shots that you're not going to reveal on the show?
No.
Okay. We're going to have to toss to you pretty quick before they go live and take those props down.
I know.
Okay. Fair enough.
I mean, there's the written piece. We just gave out 6, Ryan gave out another couple. We'll be able to get all these picks out. I promise.
All right. I'm just going to say now, can you please text me after this with your 10 top picks?
Yeah, let me sort through the long shots, and I'll get that.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Again, just 2.5 hours away from us going live, DNVR Draft Day Live. The most fun stream of the year, probably. So come hang out. We've got some fun guests. We have the whole DNVR crew, the draft guys, the Broncos guys, maybe even some other special guests jumping on. So can't wait for it. And so we will see you guys in just over 2 hours. Everyone get on Dre's picks. Let's make some money.